forward to this one. It's definitely going to be interesting. We got the challenges on the left side of the screen. Kill Nadeking with a grenade, any type, and kill Onipixel through a wall.
That would be tricky, wouldn't it?
That's going to be tricky, isn't it? But
in the
here we are, Machine playing up towards red. They're very quick about this on Nadeking's side to go through Donut and try and split their way in towards this A side. Rotation starting to come back. Machine's going to play from Temple. And here comes Nadeking right in towards Machine 2SP. And the left-handed player will get himself the first.
Fatal coming back in with the USP herself. Shoke also trying to see what he can do. And oh, that's a nice shot. They're bringing it back here on the retake, but still a 2v2. And that bomb is in a pretty good position for these Donut players.
Well, Fatal taking the fight out towards the right side of Donut. Here goes Magix. Charging in, catching Sponge out with a dual Berettas, and the defuse has been tapped. There is a kit on the back of Fatal, and Lackey trying to get the angle. Headshot spotted.
And now Team Shock will finally get themselves rifles across the board. Smoke put out by Sue early, trying to find this fight. The nades go back at her, though, and Hallie combines with Fatal. That is a strong mid-hold.
Yeah, really good work early on. And I think this mid-control protocol being instructed perhaps by Hallie. You can see how strong it is so far. Lackey clearing out Magix inside of the cave area. And Lord has come up at the perfect time up the B ramp too. So they've just collapsed upon the defense. Magix and Shoke both out of there. And they lost the sight completely. And look how deep Lackey is here too. So if you come through that smoke, if Machine goes through this, even with a flash, he might be under a lot of pressure. He hasn't checked it, and Machine actually gets the chance. Takes Lackey down low, but isn't able to finish off his prey. They're so low here on the T side, though, and Lloyd's position at least keeps him up. Lackey low on the site, still able to dish out damage, but Machine finally finishes off his kill. For the time is the problem, and Machine realizes he cannot win this round anymore. And he's going to start to slink away and get out of that. And another round added for Nadeking. It started so strong with that mid-control Hawker. Where did it all go wrong?
The update to the big challenges is there, and it is kill Shock with the Shocker.
So I assume that's the Zeus.
Yes, you would hope so. We'll keep our eyes on those big challenges too.
Well, a good setup here with Hallie. I think they've adjusted to deal with A. And Hallie will bring down 2 from the boosted position. 2-for-1 trade. Lackey, though, catches Fatal towards CT exposed. Remember, Machine is still inside of that temple, but he doesn't want to go and get involved in any fights. He has to wait on his teammates to come back. And this is going to allow Nadeking to settle into the bomb site, put the bomb down, but Magic's coming in with 2 quick kills. The nade finds one, the rifle quickly on the second, and Shoke will come in with a FAMAS onto Nadeking. Good work from Hallie initially in those 2 fights, and Magix comes through, so the Team Spirit guys able to get the first round on the board here for Shoke.
That's finally shown what he'll be looking into mid early, but his nades are pretty solid for the CTs early. He's going to have to wait his turn to try and get an opener.
Magix needs to be careful he doesn't get caught here. Nadeking is hearing the spams, and he's actually just walked through the smoke to try and crunch this mid-control from elbow at the same time, and he actually catches Hallie. Good kill from Hallie initially, though, to get that first kill of the round. If Nadeking goes into cave, well, he would have to deal with a very scary player at Magix. So, a little bit more tentative in that approach from Nadeking. The fight continues towards Red Room.
Fatal now decides to just drop back. She doesn't want anything to do with that fight towards mid. That means that Team Nadeking have taken away the mid control, and now they're going to start to group up towards one of these bomb sites. But it is Magix here alongside Shoke looking to hold B. I think Sponge is setting up some utility ready for this B-sided play.
Well, the front of the charge on the ramp is Lord. He's got the AWP. Rings out the shot now, and getting through this cave feels almost impossible. You clear that first player, you aren't looking for Magix, and he's let the first come in. He is waiting, tracking Sue into the corner, letting himself get a lineup of 2. Really well played from Magix, and he wants a bit more action. He's even got a teammate alongside of him inside of the cave as it falls into the 2 versus 2. Sponge comes off the plant, not committing in the final 19 seconds, but eventually will have to do so. Begins to plant on the safe side of the pillar. And there's the kill for Magix to make it 3. Now it is all on Sponge in the 1 versus 2. Both of those players on the CT side gathered up together. Magix goes out with a swing and just wins the heads-up duel. 4 kills for him in the round, and the second picked up for Shoke.
Oh, it's so brutal. Just one player not clearing a corner. Oh, by this looks like a fast B play.
Oh, very quick indeed, but Shoke, well, he's just going to hold for 3. Sponge, Lackey, and Sue all toppling and maybe a little bit overzealous from Shoke as he goes back in for more. His Magix, who sweeps up the final 2 plus. The scoreline getting tied up. We'll see this 3K from Shoke again. Good, nice, a little bit lucky, I think, in the double headshot lineup, and then peeks on out for the 3rd. The dock there that has everything in it, so take a look at that. But 4-4, we're all tied up as predicted. And the AWPL for Hallie coming into this one.
Oh, looks like Lackey wants to sneak behind the smoke. Unfortunately for him, though, the flash is too strong from Fatal. Nice team play between those two. Machine was trying to play this spot last round. He wasn't spotted. Oh, he almost gets that opportunity, but only takes Nadeking down to half health. And the CTs again with a massive rotate over to this A bomb site. The Sponge just snuck onto B.
Well, he has, but unfortunately for Sponge, not able to make anything of it. And interesting flash from Shoke. Here comes the mid fight. Hallie, ooh, committed. Therefore only good for 1 on the AWP, but at least he did get 1. And getting 1 while you're up so far in this round should be enough to confirm the round win, especially Machine playing towards Donut. Gotta hand it to Machine, playing very well indeed so far, just doing kind of what's asked of him. Hasn't really made too many mistakes, maybe a little bit too passive in 1 round, but for the majority of the time he's been very solid so far. And it can't be easy to play against players of this caliber. And Sue's coming back up towards B lane. Her flank has delivered 1 and nearly a second, but maybe she had just waited a moment longer, but a missed shot has pulled it down into a 23-second 1 versus 2. But the next opponent is quite difficult to take down. It is Magix towards the cutout in middle, and the time is the biggest opponent right now. You've got to play for elimination because there's no time to get that bomb and get it to his site. And Magix is going to catch her as he crosses back towards elbow. Well played.
And Magic's starting to get a little more involved across the entire map now.
We'll see if the players are some gymnasts. It's a pretty difficult one to assemble on the fly. Magic's holding in from the cave. An important round here for both teams as the rifles have finally come out again here for Nadeking's side. And Magic's is a little bit mental crossing into the corner.
Oh, Hallie going for that mid control. Didn't have the help he needed, so got caught in the back. Magic's still trying to play the spam war on 4 HP. Finally decides it's time to find a solid wall to hide behind.
Well, we have seen Magic's around some chairs. We know he's a bit of a badass, so you know, he's just a wild one.
He's actually just pushed B as well. He's got the full info.
Here we go, Machine. This is it. His moment. Back to you, Hawker.
Oh dear. Lackey is on this flank. They have no idea Lackey's here. Fatal's pushed the bomb site. Bomb has been planted, and it's actually not looking too bad now. The CTs are starting to bring it back. That flank from Lackey could be brutal, especially with that shot from Sponge. They're gonna
forced into the 1xbet costume, so no green skins for Machine today.
Hallie mid control again. That's a good flick back from Sue. She makes it 2. Hallie and Fatal have been good on mid, but this time they get completely countered. Machine again trying to be a little tricky. It doesn't look like Sponge wants to come his way. He's got the bomb and he's leading them back to B. They call him Chatty B for a reason, Dinko. He loves this B site on Ancient.
Let's see if he'll live up to his name and penetrate this B site quickly. Nadeking using some utility. Living up to his. Machine is going to get caught. Oh, lovely shot from Nadeking. He's quite cracked and it's worked out perfectly. Nice little fake out. Brought the CTs away from the site. Opens up the B bomb site completely and they punch in the digits.
Nothing to be done. They have to try and save, and even that isn't guaranteed at this point. Board is on the hunt. Not any longer, though. Magix will land the AWP shot. Nice to see that Magix has definitely showed up to play today. 16-5 right now, but that's a small consolation. when the scoreline is so close and about to be against Team Shoke. Shoke. One of the two. I still haven't decided.
With the scope. I think this could work for Machine.
He's a man after my own heart with that orb.
There we go.
I love it personally, and he's got it going. He's not even scoping with it, based on what we were seeing there.
Yeah, fair enough. He's the halfway point, you know. So he's bought the scope weapon, hasn't used it yet, but here he is, about to be tested inside of the donut. Will he be absolutely destroyed by Sue? She comes around the backside. Machine, oh, predicts it. Oh, well done, Machine. He reads the play, turns around, catches Sue, and another kill added to his collection as we now even out the numbers at a 3 versus 3. Minute and 10 seconds left. Lord enters the donut, and this is Machine's domain. He has been destroying them now on the AK. Unfortunately, the timing works against him. Lord finally forces him out of there, but it is now Magix that is the player to deal with. Good kill. Hasn't spotted the feet, but a flick on up. Nadeking didn't see him, and now Shoke his time. His patience has paid off, and Sponge.
ETs are starting to catch on. This from Magix, though. Took him a second. Want that bounty. Oh, Sponge on the boost.
He's gonna get boosted up. Oh, smoke comes in right at the time where I feel like he's about to get a chance for a kill. That good re-smoke. But they've got the nades at the ready. They've got this B lane control. They're thinking about executing towards this B site. And well, there's 3 players right now from Team Shock, so this could go pretty badly for Nadeking. The utilities forced them away from that boost, and again, Sponge is taking so much damage. It's unlucky to try and activate. If he can take a kill in cave, maybe there's something that can be had of this. But Sponge in the wall bang, able to catch Magix through the wall, and now with the rotation coming back in, there's more reinforcements to this B defense, and luckily, Shock able to at least get away with 1.
Lord on that trade, able to get that bounty, but it's Hallie who's sitting in the corner. They're not going to clear him, and the spray is awful. How the hell does he not get a kill there? Fatal has to make up for it, and she gets 2 back with the FAMAS.
Massive.
And now it's all on Lord.
Yeah, Lord has to pull this one off. He's low on health as well as he wraps around the back. He actually might have just got the timing on Fatal. Should be getting this, and now it's down to Machine. Bomb on Lord's back, so he is sprinting back over towards that A side. Machine evade the rotation all the way, and now he realizes he's got to get back. Is he capable of pulling off this 1 versus 1? He catches out Lord crossing, and a quick decision on the reposition from Machine.
Yeah, back to being solid as a rock. That's what we like to see from Machine. Great work from him.
Ancient, this is going to be an actively played map for everyone, so we are seeing a much better game out of these guys. 7-6, a close affair between both sides. It's exactly what you wanted to see.
Oh, good swing from Fatal alongside Magix. They both are able to do good work early in the round. Fatal not able to get away safely, but they're still going to come away with the advantage early in this one. I think the CTs will probably just sit in their standard setup now. Sure, they've lost 1 player. They can sit back. They can wait to see what Team Nadeking are going to do. Team Nadeking respond with a top mid smoke and some red room control, which could leave some options open in behind. You see the CTs have left mid very exposed right here. The counter is they've pushed B themselves, and now they're pushing A, and the bomb is here.
Oh, first bullet not so accurate, but is able to get away with it nonetheless. But look at Lackey. Look at Sue. Sue will strike. Machine had no idea, and now Lackey is so deep in the temple. But Hallie has the bomb, and that is the key to this puzzle. Lackey has to go looking for it, and Hallie's tucked in the correct corner. It's going to be the kill on towards him. Sue comes now, trying to reclaim access to this bomb. The first kill is essential, and that won't happen.
With the SG, which I wasn't sure we were going to see.
Yeah, it's an old throwback. I love that one. Well, Fatal spamming down through the elbow smoke. Sue taken down. 16 HP left. Again, Sue proving to be the sharpest tool in the shed for this Nadeking side. We've seen that yesterday. Nadeking crosses on over through the smoke. Lackey once again getting some early control. He's crossed over towards Red Room. I don't think Fatal's seen this. And now that might be a bit of a problem, as well as Sponge taking Magic's down through the cave smoke, and Nadeking just goes flying in right towards Hallie, and there's Lackey's flying, so they know there's one player in cave. They've got him trapped in there. But the B site otherwise is empty, and so you can plant the bomb here.
Yeah, I can't see a wall bang from Hallie that would deny it. And with that bomb being planted, they've got such a strong foothold in this B site. It's not going to be easy to get back into it. Fatal starts with one, but Sue was ready for the trade the entire time. And Hallie is watching for the flank, but just as he looks away, it's Sponge half. There it is.
And the utility's about to be set up here for Shoke in towards the A site. This smoke, I believe, is for Donut. We'll take a look at where Sue's playing, and that's going to be out towards the default boxes. And I think that smoke is for CT, but I don't think it's gone exactly where it's meant to. So they are going to be missing that CT smoke, and that is going to allow Lackey to have some range in this fight. Sue alongside him. Haven't seen anybody coming in towards the A site yet, but here they come. Sue will call for her teammates to come back in and fight, and Sue doesn't get a kill. That's unlike her, but Sponge luckily taking out Machine.
Lackey coming in. Looking for his opportunity. Shoke is clearly trapped on the bomb site. He's about to be run down here. Too many players on him. And now they can tap that bomb and force the T's in.
Well, Lackey goes forward. A big kill from the CT side as Hallie and Magic's the spirit combo pulling together again, but it is all Hallie left. Sponge gets on the defuse. Lord had the kit, but Sponge is sticking it on the 10 seconds, and the play with the kit and the health more notably. It's, well, they're both on 100. I don't know why Sponge is on it, but he stuck it anyway. 10
Really not used to playing against those if you play more casual games by yourself.
Magic's actually creeped really deep in towards this B side, and Machine is watching that long play, and Magic's goes and strikes, and just like that, it's an explosive play suddenly on this B side. Magic's with a lovely couple of kills, and that's forced the CT defense out of the bomb site, and Sponge isn't really close enough to do much about this. He's held behind the force field of smokes. Commitment to the plant, and it has to be a retake, and luckily, again, Sponge has actually been the nightmare of Magic's throughout this one. Another smoke kill for Sponge.
Eventually, he gets traded. A Machine snipes with that Galil through the smoke onto Sue. Might have seen her just before it bloomed, and now Lackey has it all to do. He's got the first, taps the bomb. That's going to force the T's to make a move, but Fatals, they lose the follow-up.
So there's the lovely double for Magic's, and I think just the lack of util getting in there and stopping the ability to get up the B ramp quickly really cost them.
B player. Looks like that's where he's going. But he's not going to have those nades to stop any of the early aggression.
Magic's quick. Down. Getting into cave again. And he is held back by that smoke, as you mentioned. And here comes Lackey coming down the ramp. And the other side of it is Shoke and Machine. Oh, and Shoke is just going to peek out. Lackey just loses the straight up fight.
Shoke's had a couple of decent rounds so far. Nice to see the captain coming through for the team with some impact. Right now, we'll see if Sponge can finally get that AWP involved. No nades. Magic's with a nice shoulder peek. Just about baits out that shot. And now they know they might need to avoid that AWP. Elsewhere, though, the CT's coming back with the rifles. It is a chaotic trade towards mid. But after all is said and done, we're left in a 2v2, and Sponge is going to get to A in time on the defense.
Let's see if this AWP can make anything work. He's coming out of the temple, and he does see Machine, but the rifle bests him. And play by play, Machine gets his way forward. And Nadeking looking to get himself back into this. Looking to see if he can make it happen, but he does not have any utility, so his strongest asset unavailable. So instead he'll go through the smoke, realizing time is a limiting factor due to the lack of kit as well. So you'll get on towards the site. It's planted for Donut. Looks very good here for the T's to close this one out. To be honest, Machine's in a really good position at Donut, and Nadeking is wasting so much time. He can't win the round anymore. At least he'll kill Machine. There is a small win there, and Shoke just make sure that this one can't happen. But he realized his time wasn't possible, so...
Able to do too much outside of that, though. So hopefully he can step up for his team, because it is still anyone's game here. A lower buy in this round. Lackey with that M4 is going for the triple boost over the top. Can't spot Halley yet, but eventually he is going to get an opportunity. Only downside is Shock's team are currently focusing more towards cave, and a rifle could have to adjust if it's not careful. He drops down. Now he's going to go for the fair fights.
Lord able to get one in the 5-7. Halley is down. And the spam going in towards the cave. Somehow Fatal still standing. Hasn't been taken out, even being on such low HP. But the CTs will be extremely happy with the start of this round. So getting himself some better weapons on the ground. And Lackey dropping the bomb. This one has just come tumbling down among the T's. Lackey going again, cleaning it all up.
5-7. And that's the issue sometimes. That heavy cave approach leaves you very vulnerable. You see what Sponge can do with it, because this cave area has been very active so far.
Well, Magic's once again trying to get up through the ramp. He's been so good at just walking up the ramp and getting these openings, and Lackey tries to make up for it, but only one found from his defense. And again, this B site falls a little too easily. And they're already deep in the side with the post plant looking strong. It's hard to see a world in which Nadeking's side can get back into this retake, but they'll try. And Halley will stop Sue at the door. Lord no longer allowed access, and Sponge inside of the cave, hiding away with the AWP. He's going to try to go for this, but not really looking too likely he'll find much. He'll leave and die immediately. Shock confirms that. 13 to...
This round was a little too easy. This one, though, Team Shock switching things up, and Nadeking is actually playing on the A site this time round. Team Shock are starting to sneak up on him, so I think someone's going to get that bounty if they go A. Oh, maybe they're not going to, though. Maybe they've changed their mind. It's not going to be easy to come back to B, though. He's got a great angle with the ult. So the mid control instead will be the call.
Yeah, Lackey goes for the peak down and towards elbow, and actually taking the key to a lot of these rounds out early. Magic's is down, so there's a real shot at winning this round for the Nadeking side, especially not losing that player towards Donut. And Sponge can get something done with the pistol in this close position with the help of Lackey's AWP as distraction. Well, maybe there's just something to be said about this, but Lackey will get a double. And he's done so much work in this round at 3, but his work is done. It is now onto the rest of the side to try and make this one happen. Sue, Lord, and Nadeking left in the final 40 seconds, and that B site is open once again. The bomb will shortly make its way there and should be getting planted soon. So it'll be a retake this time, though. The difference is it's an advantageous retake. They have a player advantage. But Halley could change that, Hawker.
He's got a smoke, but he's not even using it right now. Finally, he puts it down. That means the CTs are going to be completely rerouted, all coming in from the opposite side. That gives Shock the opportunity. They realize where this retake's coming from.
Well, Halley does great work to turn around. Lord gets caught and, has seen the rest of them running up the ramp. So he's calling for Machine to get ready for this. And Machine's doing a great job of just staying alive, but he didn't fight. He didn't get at least one. And that has put Halley in an uncomfortable position. He's got to hope that the spam works out. He's hitting one player, but unfortunately, nowhere near. Good work nonetheless in terms of winning this round. Lackey obviously doing the big heavy hitting. 3 kills with the AWP.
That's what happened to Machine there. Close game we've got on our hands here. Remember, there is still that bounty on the board for getting a kill onto Nadeking, who is currently playing on that A site. And again, Shock's team happy for a slow start, but this time they are deploying those smokes into A. This time they look ready for the push.
Yeah, Nadeking's been struggling this game so far, 6 and 18. If there is a site to punish, perhaps it could be A. Right away, Fatal opens up. Nadeking peeks into the open with a nade in hand, maybe relying a little bit too much on the nades there again and getting punished. Without getting a single kill on that initial A defense, it has put a bit of pressure on Lord, who peeks out and stops Machine from planting the bomb in the open. An uncomfortable plant spot closer to the box would have been better, and this might just give a chance to side of Team Nadeking. They've actually found another kill. It's Lackey's kill that's picked up the advantage of the round.
He's no longer going to be able to have impact, though. Shoke coming through with some more impact for his team. Another impact round from Shoke, but it's not over yet. It's back to a 2v2, and Hallie gets completely caught off guard. Magic's 1v2.
Yeah, absolutely doable here for Magix. He has been unbelievable so far. He's going to come back to the site. 18 seconds is the limiting factor here. He has collected the bomb, and Sponge has made the right reposition. He's in a sandwich now, Magix. He has to turn this into a 1v1, and he just missed on that chance. Again, time. He has to start planting.
Believe that they're going to go for the A play so late in the game. Is it too obvious?
So, do you want to win this game, or do you want to win the challenge? Now, I think right now taking this timeout is a little bit of the mind game, right?
Oh, hang on. They don't have to go B. They spot the AWP, but they are going to try and run that down. Got to try and get this AWP.
Here they go, running down Lackey. Oh my god, how has Lackey stayed alive?
To upgrade the pistol. But hey, it works out. Sue makes sure to help out. Look at this from Lackey. This is wild. He's pushed all the way through B with his AWP. That is some fantastic info. The bomb might try and come back.
The bomb is coming back, and the aggressive play towards Magix nearly works out on the timing, but Magic's able to stop him, and Lord, in the end, ineffective.
They're taking it slow because they're scared Lackey could be here, but Lackey's gone back to the site, and he's going to clear out Cave instead.
Oh, does he check this close left corner? No. Magix has a free kill on Lackey. Good patience, good discipline here from Magix, and he does not stop. Magix just crushing them. Sponge the next to fall, and it's all on Nadeking, who we mentioned multiple times hasn't had the best of times here. And he's so far away. He might just consider the save call. Every time Magix goes towards that B bomb site, something brilliant just happens for his side. 32 kills.
Yeah, he's been great. Almost a Twists-esque performance from him. But it looks like his team might be in with a good chance of winning the map right now. 14-12, about to be confirmed on the board. Quick reminder to you guys, this GOAT League tournament has been brought to you by 1xBet, 120% bonus. We'll get back into this one, though, because this is an incredibly close game right now. We've seen Lackey have a couple of...
We'll have to see. I think at this point, though, Team Shock seems to be all about getting the business done and taking Ancient to white. 2 rounds to go. Magix, yet again, positions himself towards Cave. He's been so good around here, and wouldn't bet against him in terms of finding more impact in this position. Yeah, they come out middle. Hallie, the player leading this charge, and the smoke is not good up towards red, so you'll get that information at least. Magix plays inside of the cave again. It's all a patience game, really, when you're dealing with Magix. He's so willing to just sit there and wait for you to come in towards his crosshair, but this time Lord might just have Magix peeking him, and it doesn't matter. Same result. Magix comes out on top. A second kill delivered towards B. Smoke goes down. He'll use a second smoke he picked up off the corpse to smoke off that Molotov and move forward into the site. Bit of a gap to play with, and Lackey's already got across. Sponge looking for Magix, but when you look for him, you will find him, and you better be careful what you wish for as Lackey goes ahead with the AWP again. It is Fatal this time that falls to the sniper, but a 2 versus 3 retake to come through to prevent map point from being secure for the T's. And Magix is still up. He's still causing problems. A 3K, he could ace this. He could get that ace. He's looking for it. He's wrapped around the backside, and its timing might not be so bad for this. Magix has got himself a kill on Nadeking. It's down to just 1 more, and he will pull off the challenge. The ace might come in, but Lackey prevents him. Stops him from letting it happen. And now Lackey's charging in, the time limiting, and certainly not enough of it to win the round as he's just toyed with and run around the boxes. Machine gets the...
Yeah, Magix has really started to take over these last couple of rounds. You can tell he does not want to lose this game. He wants the win.
They absolutely do, and I don't know who that is going to be. Lackey has been good so far, obviously, but is it enough to stop them? The MP9 goes charging down. Halley falls first, but they're going towards Nadeking, and he is the only player on this A site, and he's got to deal with the attack that's coming through main. Fatal has cut off Lackey. The rotations just aren't going to be there. The resupply to this A bomb site is going to be so far away. But somehow he stayed alive. He hasn't gone down yet. He's decided to play from Donut. In the meantime, Lord and Sue have all fallen, and Nadeking will go down eventually. Just Sponge left. And it might just be a chance for one. And he's got Fatal. Now Machine locked into the corner. Sponge close to the kill, but unable to take down his Geo partner. And I think Sponge realizes it's just a moment before this one collapses down around him. And we see Team Shock take a 16-12 win. Sponge goes through the smoke to his inevitable death. And finally, he will fall.